Once the flower decoration is done, next I'll explain the making method by style. There are 3 styles in total. Hair clip style, crossbody style, and pendant style. Among them, both the crossbody and pendant styles include this earphone case. While the hair clip style doesn't come with this earphone case, I'll start with the hair clip style. Just take the spring clip directly and cut 1 60 cm piece of same color yarn for the bow. Sew both ends of the spring clip to the bow through the holes. Pay attention to sew it on the wrong side of the bow. Position the fabric piece centered. Sew horizontally. You can place the opening of the spring clip according to your preference. Sew a few times to secure it firmly. Finally, hide the yarn tail inside the fabric piece. After sewing one end, sew the other end. That's all for the hair clip accessory. Next, let's talk about the crossbody style. The shared part for the hanging ornament style, the earphone case. The earphone case starts with a foundation chain. First, crochet in rounds counterclockwise, then work back and forth in rows. Finally, crochet around to make the border, then sew the button and D-ring at the corresponding positions. Please see the demonstration. First, let's understand the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number. H plus number indicates the row number. The stitch instruction column shows the stitch techniques needed when crocheting that round, as well as the increasing or decreasing details. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches in that round, the total number of stitches after completing all crocheting. Several crochet stitches will be applicated, all marked on the chart. I won't list them one by one. Now please watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. First, let's cast on. The chart shows 24ch for casting on, meaning to make a foundation chain of 24 chain stitches. After completing the cast on, begin R1. Second from hook, means to start crocheting from the second chain from the hook. X means single crochet. The number before X indicates how many single crochets to make. Here it means to pick up one strand on the top of the chain. Crochet the corresponding number of single crochets in sequence. Continue until the second to last chain stitch position. Once completed, next comes W, which means 3 single crochets in one stitch. That is, crochet 3 single crochets into the same stitch. Insert the hook into the last chain. Pick up the top strand and crochet. 1, 2, 3. This completes 3 single crochets in one stitch. Rotate the piece. You can see, on this side, 2 strands remain at each chain stitch position. pick up the 2 strands from the adjacent chain stitch. That is, crochet into the insertion point for the single crochet on this side. Work single crochets 1 by 1. Continue until the second to last chain on the left side. Note: do not insert into the same stitch position as the 3 single crochets at the top. Place the starting tail over your hook. Weave it in as you crochet. Finally, pick up the 2 remaining strands from the left side chain, and make a single crochet increase. That is, work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. This completes the single crochet increase. The stitch pattern for this round is now complete. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch of the round. If you can't find the position of the first stitch, count back to locate the corresponding stitch. It's this one. Insert and join with a slip stitch. Gently tighten. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form when crocheting in rounds, unless otherwise specified. At the end of each round, you need to join with a slip stitch. You can trim off the starting tail if it's too long. So the first round is completed. Now let's crochet the second round. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. The turning chain does not count as a stitch. Gently tighten. Therefore it's not indicated in the form when crocheting. At the beginning of each round, you need to work a turning chain and tighten it. Then in the insertion point of the slip stitch, make a single crochet increase. On the left side, refer to the pattern and crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. After completing, crochet 3 single crochet increases. Continue with the corresponding number of single crochets. Two single crochet increases. Then join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. The second round is complete. Now let's crochet the third round. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. On the left side, crochet 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase, and the corresponding number of single crochets. Next in the chart is X, V, X3. X several times indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Here it means, repeat the stitches inside the parentheses 3 times. First, in the next stitch below, crochet 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase. This completes 1 group of stitches. Then work 2 more groups. After completing, refer to the chart and crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. Once completed, follow the pattern. First crochet 1 single crochet, then work a single crochet increase. Continue this way to complete the entire round. Finally join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. This completes the third round. From the fourth round down to round 18 in the chart, the crocheting method is simple. All stitch techniques used have been demonstrated in detail earlier. The increases and decreases explanation means the same as before. Just follow the stitch pattern order in the chart, and repeat the corresponding number of times. Here I'll explain. In the chart, are 5 to 18, even 6 to x, means starting from round 5, work 1 single crochet in each stitch, 1 stitch to another. Each round has 62 stitches. Continue this way up to the end of round 18. Whenever you see this format later, it means the same thing. When crocheting, don't forget to make the turning chain and slip stitch. Now I'll demonstrate the crochet method for round 19 using this swatch. My round count here is not for reference, only the method is shown. Make 1 beginning chain. The first stitch is a single crochet decrease. Let's take a look first. There are 2 strands in the stitch. The strand closer to you is called the front loop. The other one is the back loop. Insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Then insert into the front loop of the left stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain on the hook. Yarn over, draw through both loops. Single crochet decrease completed. This method of picking up only the front loops for a decrease is called an invisible decrease. When crocheting with this technique, the gaps between stitches are smaller, resulting in a more delicate fabric overall. Then on the left side, work the corresponding number of single crochets according to the chart. After completing that, make 1 single crochet decrease on the left side. Insert the hook into the front loops of 2 adjacent stitches on the left, one after the other. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat twice. Single crochet decrease completed. Then work single crochets in each stitch across. That's the crocheting method for round 19. The following rounds don't involve any new stitches. Just follow the previous demonstration. Refer to the chart and crochet accordingly. After completing, don't cut the yarn. I've already crocheted ahead here. That completes the body section of the bag. Now let's start working on row 1 of the flap. Starting from the second stitch of the previous round, work 2 slip stitches in sequence. After completing, make 1 beginning chain. In the same place where you made the last slip stitch, work 1 single crochet. Then on the left side, work the corresponding number of single crochets. After completing, skip the remaining stitches, do not work them. In the chart, K stands for skipping a stitch. That completes row 1 of the flap. Along the starting point, fold the bag body in half. Check if row 1 of the flap is centered. If it's not centered, adjust the number of slip stitches at the beginning, so that row 1 of the flap becomes centered. Once it fits properly, proceed to work row 2. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn the work. Work even single crochets by inserting the hook into the front loops only. That completes row 2. Continue to crochet row 3. This row is worked similarly to row 2. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work. Work even single crochets by inserting the hook into the front loops only. That completes row 3. Follow this method for row 3. And continue all the way to row 9. I've already crocheted these rows ahead of time. Now let's work row 10. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work. The first stitch here is marked in red as a single crochet decrease. Work a regular single crochet decrease. Insert the hook into the first stitch, and pull the yarn through. Then insert the hook into the next stitch, and pull the yarn through. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops at once. The regular single crochet decrease is completed. Then continue working single crochets across the left side. Work single crochets until the third to last stitch on the left side. After completing that, work 1 regular single crochet decrease. First, pull the yarn through each of the next 2 stitches on the left. Then yarn over and pull through all loops at once. The single crochet decrease is completed. Row 10 is now complete. Now begin row 11. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work. Follow the chart and work 1 single crochet decrease. The corresponding number of single crochets. One single crochet decrease. Row 11 is now complete. Work 1 chain stitch to secure at the end. Cut the yarn. That completes the flap section. Now begin the border. Join the yarn in the third stitch of the last round of the bag body. Which corresponds to the insertion point of the first stitch of the first row of the flap. Make 1 beginning chain. On the left side, at the position between rows. Pick up stitches along the edge and work 8 single crochets in sequence. After completing, continue with 3 single crochet increases in a row. The last increase is worked into the stitch of the first stitch of the last row of the flap. After completing, pick up stitches on the left side, and work 2 single crochets in sequence. Six half double crochets. One ch1 picket, chain 1 picket, of 12 stitches. From now on, we'll simply call it picket stitch. That means first work 12 chain stitches. Then, insert the hook into the front loop of the half double crochet, and the 1 thread on the left side. Work a slip stitch. This completes the picket stitch. Continue by picking up stitches below and working 5 half double crochets in sequence. Two single crochets. One single crochet increase. After completing, pick up stitches on the left side, at the position between rows. Work 2 single crochet increases in sequence. Eight single crochets. Finally, at the insertion point of the last stitch, in the first row of the flap, work a slip stitch. Cut the yarn directly to finish. Thread the yarn tail into a sewing needle. Weave it in on the wrong side. That's all for the earphone case. Cut another piece of same color yarn for the bag. On the side of the bag where the flap is not crocheted, sew one button at the position corresponding to the buttonhole on the flap. Keep the side with the dashed line facing up. No specific sewing method is required. Just make sure it's securely attached. That's how the button is sewn on. Next, take the D-ring, and sew it onto the insertion point of the first row of the flap. Center it when sewing. No specific sewing method is required. Just make sure it's securely attached. You can return, and sew over it again if needed. I'll skip sewing it, in my case. When done, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Everyone, make sure to hide the other thread as well. That's how the D-ring is secured. Then use glue to attach it to the backside of the bow. Position it centered. Pay attention, the side with the button should face outward. Roughly glue only the middle section. Roughly glue the middle this. Roughly glue the middle section. Do not glue the edges. Once the glue is completely dry, you can sew a few stitches with yarn to secure it. When sewing, pay attention to only pick up the back layer, where it's attached to the bow. Just enough so the bag won't fall off. That concludes the shared part, the earphone case, for both the crossbody and pendant versions. That's all for this section. Next, let's move on to the remaining decoration for the crossbody version. Simply take the pearl chain pouch. Attach it to the top two folded points of the bow piece. That completes the making method for the crossbody version. Now, let's proceed to the remaining decoration for the pendant version. Take one heart-shaped lobster clasp, and the leather cord. Insert one end of the leather cord into the hole at the end of the lobster clasp. Bend one end 3 centimeters back. Adjust the length of the other end of the leather cord. So that the final length of the leather cord is about 13 centimeters. Meaning the length of this section. Place the 3 centimeter bent part next to the D-ring. Position the other end of the leather cord at this 3 centimeter spot. Begin wrapping around to secure it. Start wrapping from the other side of the lobster clasp. Wrap it once around the left hand. Then pinch it with the left hand. Use the right hand to start wrapping. The excess part. Thread it through the 3 centimeter folded section. Then slightly tighten at the other end of the 3 centimeter fold. Gently tighten to avoid breaking it. This will tighten up here. Now the leather cord is securely fixed. Cut off the excess leather cord. Finally, attach the lobster clasp to the D-ring. That concludes the explanation for the pendant style and remaining decorations. Up to this point, the entire product has been fully explained. If during the crocheting process, there are any unclear parts, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.